Hello and welcome to the flower moon, the big full moon in Sagittarius happening today as I film this. And today we're going to focus on what you can do in the weeks ahead to really capitalize on this energy of blooming. In our Feng Shui universe, we're headed into the season of making breakthroughs, the breakthrough campus coming. In life, we are speeding towards summer, which we didn't even get spring here. I'm wearing a sweater in Los Angeles in May, the end of May. It's cold. But I am ready for the blooming. I am ready for the blooming. Are you ready for the blooming? This is a time of major blooming. And this very full moon is full of big transformation, unlocking keys, rewriting the story of your life. The flower moon can move you to make long-lasting changes and write this new story for yourself in the months ahead. Now, often when we talk about full moons, it's like, okay, let's get ready. Let's harness the energy of the full moon on the full moon, and then it's done. And then we move on. But now I like to go deeper because this moon specifically, with Pluto in beautiful harmony with all sorts of gorgeous combinations of planets, including the favorites of mine and probably all of yours, Jupiter, and also Venus. So we've got abundance, we've got expansion and transformation. And I think with all these things, I often share so many ideas, and I want to give you ways to really work on this stuff moving forward. I'm working on this stuff moving forward. We could do it together. So before I go for any further, a lot of people have asked me what's been going on. I haven't been posting other videos. I've been going live from time to time, and a lot of things have been going on. I've had this in the last few months. I haven't made like actual videos. Actual videos are coming back, probably in a new way. And we're going to keep doing lives. The podcast is going to be going up on YouTube. So it's going to be a video podcast. So a lot of new things to come. I had a bunch of stuff happen, a lot of dental surgeries. Some I expected, some I didn't. And then I had a lot of travel to do and for work, really cool things. And then Gordy, my dear fluffy soulmate and Bob's brother, passed away on Friday. And so I saw that coming and wanted to spend every single waking moment that I could, that I didn't absolutely have to do anything with him. And the best decision ever after nearly 18 years on this planet. And how excellent every single moment of that was. It's impossible for me to believe that he's gone from here. He's not gone from spirit, but that's where I've been. And in honor of both Bob and Gordy, my true, people talk about their spirit guides. They're my only spirit guides personally. If I want to, any other dogs, cats, animals can be my spirit guides as well. They're my angels. And in honor of them and their tenaciousness and curiosity and endless love of life and making the most of every single moment. That's what we're going to do today. That's what we're going to do moving forward. This moon, we're going to talk about 5 things that you can consider to do in the weeks ahead. 1 is to become an alchemist and start transforming things, making the most of everything in front of you. If you don't like something, change it. You have the power to make changes. You have so much practical power and also determination and energy within you to decide and then move toward a whole new paradigm. But right now, in a practical way, I want you to look around at the space around you. And if there's something you do not like to see, you have the power to change it. So you can either transform it. So let's just say, I don't like the way these note cards look, but I need them. Then maybe I can transform it. Maybe I can get a little stand for them. Maybe I can put them in a little, some sort of container. Maybe I can put them in a drawer. Maybe I could get a little envelope for them that's beautiful. there's something I could do with these little note cards that have intentions on them that can be way more powerful than looking at them if I don't like to see them. I can transform this. That apply that to anything in your home. If you don't like your sofa, transform it, clean it, restyle it with new pillows, cover it with a slip cover. Do something if you can't get a new sofa to transform it that you can do. You even can just change the energy of it by cleaning it, by even burning some incense, burning some sage. Imagine that all the energy you do not want is leaving it. You can do things to transform anything. You are only stuck if you believe that you are. And so let's have that energy be our guiding light moving forward, because from here on out, it's time to create life more and more. This is the foundation of all this unique Feng Shui. You are not just kind of putting things places and hoping and praying you manifest stuff. This is about waking up your profound creative genius, so that you can make anything happen. You don't have to wish and want and pray for things. You are an alchemist. You can change things. So you can start changing things right now. What can you transform? What can you change? What can you do that's going to make things better? How can you make the most of anything that's happening right now, even the worst things? This was the worst thing. Friday was the worst thing. And then I had to get on a plane and go to Austin and talk about healing and boundaries and all kinds of things. And it was wonderful. It was a conference called Unite the Light with amazing people. Some you might know from YouTube. And it was just astonishing. And how wonderful, beautiful, light, positive. And I allowed myself to have fun, even though my heart was broken and still is, and probably always will be to some degree. This is what life is about, making the most of everything in front of you at all times, all the time, as much as possible. Make the most of everything. How can you apply this? What can you do? Another big piece of this is beauty, beautifying your home, beautifying your life. We have Jupiter and Venus coming together, this energy saying beauty is the manifestation of the high vibrations you want. Instead of looking for some abstract idea of high vibes, lean into more beauty. And I'm not just talking about you, like putting on makeup, whatever, or, doing your hair or whatever it is. Talking about beauty everywhere. Make your dinner a little bit more beautiful. Just put things on the plate in a nice way. Beautify the space around you. How can you make things look and feel better? Beautification can be committing to clearing up some clutter. Beautification can be committing to organizing more. Some projects that I put in the moon note this week, and if you don't get the moon note, comment below, send me the moon note and put your email and I will define it, or I'll just give you the link. Just comment below moon note and I'll drop the link where you can sign up for the moon notes. I send out Feng Shui for the new moons, full moons, and every transit, every big thing that's happening every week. And it's totally free and so much fun. And I added a few projects. I want to share a few here because I think they're so beautifying and so simple. One, you can pot your plants in new pots that are beautiful. That's so easy, but it's such a huge upgrade. You can also, if you want to beautify a little bit, you can get some photos framed and put them up on the walls. This is inexpensive. You can buy some frames. You can blow up a few photos at the drugstore or wherever you have a photo printing machine, or you might even have your own printer. Blow up some photos and put them in frames and get them up on the walls. You can even go get some vintage art, vintage things, and you can customize them a little bit with some extra paint and put them up on the walls. You have the ability to make things more you, more beautiful, more harmonizing. And again, beauty is the manifestation of high vibes. So everything you do to tidy up, to organize, it's all going to make your life better. because this is the manifestation of high vibes. We think of this stuff as extra, the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. It's not. It's not. Your home is not extra. It's the foundation of your whole life. All the personal growth stuff you do is not going to hit as hard, is not going to be as great if your home is not your home. If it doesn't feel like your home, it's not going to hit the same. It's not going to be the same. There is no place like home. That line from The Wizard of Oz rings true. It is a core basic need. And so beautifying your home is making the foundation of your life more solid, your energy stronger, the container of energy around you more ready to receive all the abundance that you want. And this is such a big time of ramping up abundance. This is a great time, number 3, to commit to all the personal growth you've been thinking about. How many of you read tons of books, and as you're reading them, all these amazing, inspiring personal growth books, and you're like, that idea, that's amazing. Whoa, yeah. And then you don't do it. And then the book gets put away, and then it doesn't happen. And then you move on and you get another book and another book and another book. I've done that. And lately, when I've been reading, I've been literally taking notes and putting things directly in my to-do list, in my everyday calendars. I've been scheduling things. I've been implementing things. When you pick up ideas that you vibe with, do them more and more. If you have big projects you've been wanting to do, things you've wanted to commit to and you haven't committed to, things you've been talking about for ages, I'm going to start this new thing, I'm going to get this new thing going, and it's just lingering and lingering and lingering. Now is the time to commit. Commit and take action. Action brings magic to life. This is going to be so big. And finally, 4, well, actually, there's still 5. Decide to declutter your home and life more deeply so that you have more freedom to expand. Whenever I hear of people who can fit everything they own into a backpack, I'm so impressed. I don't want to live like that. You might not want to live like that, but the ability to be so free that you can just grab your backpack and go and be happy with that is wild. It's so freeing. It's so liberating. So you may not get to one backpack, but how can you scale back, minimize all the extra stuff, all the things, so that you are literally free to move around more. You're free to make different decisions. You're free of the past. You're free of this old energy. You're free of old ways of thinking. You're free of old value systems that might not actually agree with you. This full moon today is like the cracking open of the belief systems you've always wanted. Write that new story for your life and declutter everything in the way. This happens not because the moon is full. It happens because you decide. So please decide, because when you decide, it's going to be so amazing. You're going to have so much energy just crack open. You're going to be able to be more free to make new decisions, to move in new directions. It's going to be amazing. So declutter life more deeply. I've been getting into my pots and pans. I'm getting rid of everything. I've been getting into cabinets I rarely open, storage I rarely see. I'm going through all these photos, all these things. It's wild what happens when you really peel away all the extra layers and declutter and declutter and declutter so that you feel free. This will help you to expand. And finally, it's time to prosper more. And I think all you can get on board with that one. Who doesn't want more money? Who doesn't want more abundance? But to do it, live in your genius zone. So how can you live in your zone of genius more often? And this is, if you haven't read the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, I highly recommend getting it right now. The Big Leap. I started reading it on my way to Austin this weekend, and I didn't stop reading it. I have a few pages left. And again, it's one of the books that I'm taking notes on and implementing as I go. I always thought that I lived in my zone of genius because I'm always pushing into this creative zone. And after reading that book, it became abundantly clear to me that I've been in my zone of what I could consider to be like excellence, like doing what I do pretty darn well. But then there's all the other stuff that I haven't dared to do, that I've been afraid to do. And I want to ask you, do you feel that way? Like, yeah, I do what I do in a really great way, but I know there's more. And I know there's something else. And I know there's ways to expand. And I just haven't figured it out, or I'm too afraid to even go there. Now is the time to say, yes, I'm going to lean into that zone of genius. I'm going to take that big leap. I'm going to decide. And this is one of the things Gay Hendricks talks about in this book, which is why I feel like it's so life-changing. I'm going to decide that I'm going to allow things to be good in all areas of my life, all the time. I'm going to allow that to be my new normal. I'm going to remind myself of that every day, that everything is good in all areas of my life at all times. Can you do that? Can you start telling yourself that you are going to allow things to be good in all areas of your life at all times, not just some of the time, but all of the time? And if you can lean into that a little bit more, it's a weird feeling. And I don't know about you, but a little piece of me that I realized recently has always waited for something bad to come when something extremely good comes. And I think it's very common. He talks about it in the book. It's clearly very common. It's common in all my clients. So I imagine it's common, and many of you might resonate with that. This idea that something really good's happening and you're looking for the other shoe to drop. And the idea here is to stop, to say, no, everything can be good in all ways. I'm allowing everything to be good all the time. I'm going to get used to things feeling better and better all the time. Now, this is why your environment is so important, because when you allow your home to be lighter and brighter all the time, when you allow your environment to be happier and more free all the time, when you allow yourself to feel that sense of peace and serenity and joy and magnetism from having an environment that is supporting you as a sanctuary, it's easier to allow things to be better and better all the time. It's easier because you don't feel triggered. It's easier because you don't feel distracted. It's easier because you feel plugged in to your power. So in the next few weeks, if you want to prosper more, lean in to your creativity. Dare to allow things to be better and better in all ways. Dare to allow yourself to feel better and better all the time. And as you do that, speak your mind, be more creative, take those chances, take those creative leaps, take those risks. And you don't have to do anything wild. Sometimes the biggest risk you can take is to say, I am going to allow things to be better and better in all areas of my life all the time, and see what happens. Practice that. So again, become more of an alchemist and start transforming things you don't like to see in your environment and in your life. And this is potent. Beautify, beautify, beautify. Changing the pots for your plants, cleaning up, clearing things, putting some new art on the walls, framing some photographs. So many easy things you can do. Paint some walls, and these little inexpensive projects can just skyrocket your energy to the moon. So powerful. Commit to actually doing the personal growth steps rather than reading about it and learning about it. I don't care how many videos you watch, it's not going to change your life until you do it. I get so excited when you guys tell me, I listen to you while I declutter my house. I'm listening to you while I'm cleaning. Awesome. Just keep doing things. Decide to do that deeper level of decluttering and take the big leaps. We are in the season of making big breakthroughs. The breakthrough camp is coming, the Feng Shui breakthrough camp, and it starts with an hour-long, totally free manifesting class that's linked in the description box. If you're on YouTube, and I think on Facebook, it's above, and you can sign up right now. It's going to start very, very soon. And as soon as you go through this program, you will have so many more tools to work with to set up and stay in a place where you are ready for breakthroughs all the time. This is a huge breakthrough time, and it's thrilling, 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 thrilling to be able to do all of this work right now. So I'm going to just check some comments. And so sign up now. Please, if you want to do this manifesting class, you will not regret it. It's so super duper fun. Teresa's going to allow everything to be good in all areas of her life. Practice that. If anything, like all day long, just keep reminding yourself. I decided I'm going to put a reminder in my phone, so I get a little reminder. I'm going to post it on my computer screen, because whenever I sit here, I can see it, so that every day I'm just reminded. Anytime I'm like, ooh, things are getting better, what's going to happen? No, I'm going to allow things to be better and good in all areas of life. There's no reason why we can't live in that greatness. Christine will always be grieving in some way, but we learn to cope and go on. It's true. And I think vilifying things like grief makes it very difficult. Like vilifying any emotion that's lower than joy is very difficult for all of us, because then we never get to grieve. We never get to complete cycles. We never get to grow if all we are willing to experience is like high vibes. And it's important to experience everything. That's how you actually stay higher. And I agree, there's so much grief, even in change. Whenever you walk into a new life, there's sort of grief about letting go of the old. I don't know if any of you have ever had a horrible job and you leave and you almost feel like grief and you don't know why. You're excited, and then all of a sudden it hits you. You're like, you feel weird. And it's like, okay, there's grief with all change. And that's just what it is. And it's fine. You're amazing at Unite the Light. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you were there or you got to see it. It was such an amazing group of people. I feel super blessed that I was able to go there and do that, especially this year, especially right now. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you feel energized and ready to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any of the ideas, and just let it roll, customize, do things your own way, and let's bloom this season. It's time to make big breakthroughs. I will be back very soon with so much more. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, because there's tons to come. And again, I'll be making regular YouTube videos. I'll be live all the time again. The podcast's coming here. And so stay tuned, and thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Bye.